Hey gorgeous, I am so pleased that you have decided to join me for my new Palm Springs Dream Cocktail Party Palette look. I've used this palette before, but I'm excited to build another. I am starting out with my L'Oreal True Match Super Bendable Foundation and a Sephora Airbrush Foundation Brush. Now, I am new to foundation brushes, and I gotta say I'm really liking the ease at which I can get a very nice buildup of coverage. This is a synthetic brush, and I do think that synthetic, well, all brushes, not just synthetic, tend to use a little bit more product than, say, your fingers or a beauty blender. I got some acne under here we're trying to kill. But I really like the experience. Next, we'll be using L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear Concealer. I am definitely in need of concealer all day, every day. And I am using a Sephora concealer stipple brush, number 52. Next, I am using my Narcissist Cheek Studio Contouring Palette and my Sephora contour brush. Next, I'll be using this Sephora blush brush, and I'm going to be applying my NARS blush. And this is from the mini orgasm set, and I have to say, love it, love it. Sephora highlighting brush, and again, still using the NARS. I'm just going to use the highlighter. Now I'm going to do a light dusting with my Laura Mercier loose powder in translucent. And my new obsession, my Fenty Kabuki brush. So the Palm Springs Dreams Cocktail Party eyeshadow palette is just beautiful. They describe it as retro glam. I gotta agree with them. I am absolutely loving it. So I'm starting out with my Sephora Pinrose Collection brush, and I'm gonna go in with She's Lit. Sephora airbrush crease, and I'm going in with BYOB. And I do have to bring my crease up a lot higher than the average person because I have hooded eyes. So I kind of like to start really lightly while I'm looking straight ahead, so I know that the shadow is actually showing. Because if I did it with my eyes more cast downwards, it would be hard for me to judge where it needed to be in order to actually show. So now that I've got that on, I realized that I did not pull She's Lit high enough up. So I'm just gonna go back in and stamp a little bit of that. I think that's super, super pretty. All right, so on my lid, on the bottom part, I'm going to start with Swizzle Stick. Now I'm using a no-name brush. It's a smudger. And I'm gonna go in with just a tiny dab of the BYOB just in the corner. If you haven't been on my channel before, I am 49 and several months, so a wink away from 50. And my beauty concerns include having extremely large pores, uneven texture and tone, facial scarring, and I have some eczema. I have combination skin, very oily through the T-zone, very dry on the edges, and of course being close to 50, I do have fine lines and wrinkles that I'm always contending with. Now I'm going into the center lid all the way up with Buzzkill, which I think is a really cute shade. So I'm gonna blend out my upper brow with just a little bit of Saucy and Bossy, which I love that name. Is that not an awesome name? I think it's amazing. And finally, I'm gonna blend in Cabana Time to kind of knock that Saucy and Bossy down to a little bit more of a whisper instead of a scream. And for my waterline, I am definitely going in with the Saucy and Bossy. I just like it. So I'm gonna do my brows next. And I'm going in with the spoolie on my Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz. I'm just trying to tame my wild hairs, so to speak. This pencil is medium brown. I tend to wear my brows a little bit thinner than is currently in vogue because I have hooded eyes and I'm always trying to maximize the space between the arch of the brow and the top of the hood, just to open up my eyes a little bit better. So I'm going in with my angled brow in spoolie from Sonia K. And I'm hitting up my Anastasia of Beverly Hills brow powder duo in soft brown. And I like to stamp that over the Brow Wiz pencil because I feel like it increases the longevity of the pomade that the pencil is made out of, and also it allows me to do a little bit of an ombre effect so that the tail of my brow is darker and the head of my brow is lighter. So I notice I forgot my inner corners, so I'm gonna go in with a little bit of my Fenty Beauty Fairy Balm Loose Highlighting Powder in 24K Ray. I'm gonna use an itty bitty brush for that. So I'm gonna cut my brow again with my Infallible Full Wear and my number 52 Pro Stippling Concealer Brush from Sephora. And I feel like there's a pretty noticeable difference having that lighter highlight here. I just think it opens up the eye, it makes it pop a little bit more. You don't have to do this, but I really enjoy that slight highlight, so. Now everybody has their taste. Obviously this is a really full face of full coverage makeup, which I love. I rarely go for the dewy look. I love full coverage. And that is my Anastasia of Beverly Hills Brow Dip Gel, which I love. Just a little bit of extra structure to my brows I think is totally cool, so I'm gonna do it. Now I always have to kind of pay attention. My brows are crazy asymmetrical. They're so crazy. One's up here, one's down there, and of course I have a lot of facial scars, both from having acne and from facial trauma. So I'm always kind of having to deal with the scars that are around my eyes to try to make sure they blend, because I have a terrible gouge here, which the camera may or may not pick up. And I'm just trying to make it look better, look more even. All right, so this is the moment everybody waits for, eyeliner. And because I have hooded eyes, I have to be incredibly conservative with my eyeliner. I'm so envious of people that have like very open eyes and they can do much thicker eyeliner, much crazier effects. I have to stay with a very, very petite and elegant line in order to make sure that you can see my eye makeup, because if I don't, you won't. You'll just see black raccoon eyes, and nobody wants that. Right now I'm using the Anastasia of Beverly Hills liquid liner in black. Which, if you've been around my channel for any length of time, you'll know that I'm absolutely loving because of the applicator. Now I have to do my wing much lower than most people because my hood definitely comes down a lot farther on the edge than it does in the middle. And if I put my wing generally in a straight line, it gets completely covered up by my eye hood. The other thing I kind of really need to be careful of, my eyes are not symmetrical, and the way that the hood comes over the eyes, it's just not, so I have to be very conservative. There we go. I'm gonna pop on a little of my favorite mascara, Maybelline Colossal Volume Cat Eyes. Now, my eye curler broke recently, so I can't curl my lashes. I'm waiting for a new one. I did a whole bunch of research to find what was considered one of the better eye curlers on the market. Now, my last eye curler literally lasted 20 plus years, so I can't complain. It was a Revlon. Lipstick, we gotta hit it up with some lipstick. So I am going out to dinner And I think I'm gonna go a little bolder on the lipstick because I'm going out to dinner. So I'm gonna pop on a little lip liner, excuse me, which is my Wet n Wild Perfect Pout Gel Lip Liner in 661D Lay Down the Mauves. This is my Pat McGrath Flesh number 3. So I'm looking for a really good color corrector. I'm really starting to get some blue purple undertones to my eyes, and I've held off on getting a color corrector until basically now, and I feel like it is now time that a color corrector is needed. So if you have one, I would love it, love, 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 if you totally shared that with me in the comments so that we can both benefit. You won't be forced to stare at my bags, and I won't be forced to stare at them. That would be great. Anyway, this is my lovely new look using Palm Springs Dreams Cocktail Party Palette from Too Faced. Love. So hey, I really need you to like, subscribe, share, and comment. I would twist your arm, but I'm not there in person. But you know I need it, and I know you're not mean, so you will totally do it. Yes? Please? Itty bitty please? Pretty please with sugar on top? Thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys. Have a fantastic day. Ciao.